Happy Sunday! I'm the Supplier, and this is Sunday Bookstack for the week of October 13th, 2013. So I originally filmed this yesterday and then realized that there was a lot of things that I was going to tell you about that I didn't tell you about, so I'm re-recording it, but instead of, because I'm wearing a different hat and I can't remember what I did with my other hat, here's this week's badge. Go on, focus. I see your point. Okay, so some of you might have noticed that I didn't do a video last week, and here's why. I did a thing. Actually, I did a number of things, but the most time-consuming of the things thus far was this thing. And it's my first album, my first official album. Yes, I am a garage band artist, and you know what, I'm okay with that. But on my album are some old songs, and some new songs that you haven't even heard yet. On the album are Overpowering, the Zombie Love Song, a brand new song that I finished right before I started recording called Personal Ad, and what else is on there? Oh, All the World's a Stage, which I don't think you guys have heard in its entirety, but I can't remember, maybe you have. It has Between the Pages. I re-recorded Between the Pages and changed the instrumentation a little bit. And then finally, my favorite song on the entire album is last. It's called Evangelical Zeal. And it's from that line in The Fault in Our Stars about how you get books that fill you with evangelical zeal and that, you know, the shattered world will not be put back together until, and unless every living human being reads the book. Yeah. But it takes that idea and it combines it. And when I was writing this, I was reading Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. So it combines the idea of evangelical zeal and the idea of hope, and sometimes it takes someone else to, like, tug you along a little bit so that you can find that hope place again. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, have a listen. Enjoy. Also, this week I decided that I was going to go from a WordPress-hosted website to a self-hosted website, and it has become more of an undertaking than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why I thought it wouldn't be a massive, massive undertaking, but at this point I have all of my content transferred from my old website to my new website, same URL, and now I have to systematically go through and update all of my embed links because WordPress.com has a different embed shortcode than WordPress.org. So yeah, like 700 blog posts I'm going to go through a little bit at a time and fix. Huge, huge project. I'm very excited about the move from WordPress.com to WordPress.org because one of the things that I envision is having a completely self-contained learning management system for my students where I don't have to use an outside service. Everything that we do is self-contained within my website. So I'm getting there and I'm excited about it. And WordPress.org allows me functionality that WordPress.com doesn't. So I'm playing with it and I'm going to see what's going to happen. And I'm, yeah, excited. Woo! The other big thing that happened this week was I played a gig at a conference. The Reform Symposium is this massive online conference about education and the future of education, and it's one of those, like, rejuvenating type experiences, but what's great is you didn't have to go anywhere to do it. So I played my gig and I played them some music from right here, and it was awesome. And because I had a bunch of other things to do this weekend, I did not have time to go back and watch some of the other sessions, but I'm so excited that they're recorded over at futureofeducation.com. Because I will definitely be going back and watching some of those sessions, and this kind of thing is what makes me excited to be an educator. You know, there are other educators all over the world who are, one, like-minded, and two, enthusiastic about teaching people. Yeah. So last thing before we get to the book stack, I am making some channel changes. Mainly because between work and school, I don't have a lot of time, but there's a lot of things that I would love to share with you in terms of the type of content that I make. So, Sunday Bookstack is going to go to every other week. And in those every other weeks, between Sunday Bookstack, I'm going to do white spaces videos. Because I miss those. I really like talking about like one topic throughout an entire video, and I've decided that I need to go back to writing, and like Sunday Bookstack isn't scripted, and that's the only video that I do regularly anymore. So yeah, every other week you're going to get Sunday Bookstack, and I'll do a 2-week Sunday Bookstack and white spaces, and then I've got Feature Shelf written, I just haven't filmed it yet, and I need to get on that. Because I do know that there are people who use it, and I do know there are people who like it, and I'm not trying to neglect you, it's just incredibly busy. Alright, so Bookstack for the next 2 weeks worth of Bookstack. And I will probably, well, I don't know, I've got some thick books. So 4 books for the next 2 weeks. 2 are Crown of Embers and Bitter Kingdom, and these are the second and third books in the Girl of Fire and Thorns trilogy. I'm really excited. This one a friend of mine bought for me for my birthday, and this one I ordered. And I'm finally getting a chance to get to it. So yay. It's another fantasy type novel with kick-ass female protagonists, which I am all about. So I'm really excited to read these. Also in my stack for the next 2 weeks is More Than This by Patrick Ness, and I am in love with Patrick Ness as an author. It started with Chaos Walking, and then I fell even more in love with him as an author when A Monster Calls came out a couple of years ago. I absolutely love that book. That book is on my Evangelical Zeal shelf. And the most that I know about this is that it's about a kid who died, or it sort of died. And from the reviews that I have read about this, it's like he takes his writing from Chaos Walking, and he takes his writing from A Monster Calls, the sheer beauty of the writing from the Monster Calls, puts them together, and it becomes More Than This. And yeah, I'm all about reading the beautiful writing. I just finished the Night Circus, and the Night Circus is one of those books where it broke my heart, and then it put it back together again, and oh my god, that book was beautiful. If you haven't read it, you totally should. And the reason, this is the other part of the reason that I'm only reading 2 books in the next 4 weeks is I'm going to read From Hell. And From Hell is, like, massive. But I really like Jack the Ripper. I remember the first time that I learned about Jack the Ripper at all was during an episode of Get Smart, during the Wax Museum, if you've ever seen Get Smart, when and he wants to go out, and I'm just ignoring him for a minute. They take syringes and they make these Wax Museum people come to life, and one of the people that came to life was Jack the Ripper, and he was like stalking people and stuff, and I was fascinated by it. And I think actually that's why I loved Name of the Star so much, was because of the whole Jack the Ripper element, and I thought it was fascinating. Those are my 4 books for the next 2 weeks. Next week I'll be back with a White Spaces video. I haven't decided what topic. I've got like a long list of topics to write about. If you've got something that you would like to see me talk about for 3 minutes, put it in the comments. If you've got comments on what I'm reading, or this stuff that I did, or what are you reading, all of it in the comments, and I will see you there very soon. Until then, I am the Supplier, wishing you happy reading.